Hello dear followers and those of you who will be following in a while to the review about the Zeiss 24-70 f4 for Sony. Who of you actually knows what's going on with the brand? Is that a Zeiss lens specifically for Sony or a Sony lens by Zeiss or something else? Just be so kind and leave me a comment below. If you want to protect that lens with a filter, go for 62mm. And of course you get the lovely lens hood as well. The closest focusing distance is about 1.3 feet. We'll discuss that later. The zoom on this lens works quite nice. It has the correct amount of drag during the twist and feels quite good. You should be able to zoom from 24 to 70mm with maximum 2 hand movements. It's a really good lens to have on the camera as a good all-rounder, in this case on a full frame sensor such as the Sony Alpha A7S II. Take a look in the description below to download some of the sample footage that was taken with the camera in combination with that lens. The bokeh on this lens is really nice to watch, obviously on a full frame sensor. You get this really creamy and soft blur background and some nice round bokeh balls. As you can see, it's sharp, really sharp, shooting wide open. Even at f4, you might still be able to use it during low light conditions on such a great low light performer as the Sony Alpha A7S II. As I promised, the closest focusing distance is at about 1.3 feet. That's about 40 centimeters. So a nice companion if you plan a trip into your garden to shoot some flowers or animals. But it's not only good for these occasions. No, you may also use it to shoot some people as well. I mean, there are much better lenses on the market to do some portrait shoots, sharper photos and some more bokeh. But if you have only money to buy one lens, you may use it for portraits as well. And as I just said, this lens is a good all-rounder for all your city trips to Barcelona, Spain. But only Barcelona. For no other city suitable. Just kidding. So 24mm is great for wide-angle shoots and 70mm is a good zoom to have on a full-frame sensor. I mean, you're probably gonna use it as well for home, with your kids or on holiday. If you have it already, leave me a comment below for what are you using it. There's some more space below this video. Let's go to the next point, the lens flare. As you can see within the next few seconds, it's well pronounced on this lens. Of course, it depends on the angle you're pointing this lens to the light source. If you're pointing it directly into the source, it's not much pronounced as you're pointing it in an angle to it. In terms of vignetting, it does not look bad at all. If you watch these shoots at home, you can really see there is some vignetting. And you need to stop down to f5.6 or 6.3 to get rid of the dark edges on a natural way without using Adobe Lightroom. This was a short and precise review for you people. There are some cheaper alternatives as a rounder lens for your full frame sensor, but this one here is really nice to have when it comes to sharpness and bokeh. The build quality is second to none, and if you compare this lens with other standard lenses such as the Canon 24-70 or the Nikon 24-70, this one here is really nice to have. It's much smaller and lighter as well. If you need to test it in advance, come to Frankfurt's favorite camera store and try this in combination with the Sony Alpha A7S II. I hope you enjoyed watching this review in English. See you soon und tschüss.